Chief Tidwell, S1691, as you know, it mandates substantially higher levels of timber production than we see today, about 460,000 acres per year, compared to the 100,000 acres we saw last year. And I don't disagree with the goal of reasonable timber sale increases, but I want to ask you, under the current budget pressures, does the service have the human and financial resources to process permits for that level of production? And if you did, what would the impact be on the Forest Service's other missions, particularly hazardous fuel reduction and wildfire suppression?
We currently do not have that level of capacity in the agency to do the work. And once again, what we accomplish each year is driven by the appropriations that we receive each year for the variety of budget line items, and we follow the direction of Congress to do that. There's no question we need to continue to increase our pace and scale. The tools we have with the Farm Bill, the work we're doing now to get additional capacity from the states to be able to use the Good Neighbor Authority, these are things that will continue to be able to build with that. We have a lot of places where NEPA is no longer the barrier. Right. We have places where we have a lot of NEPA-ready projects, but we lack the personnel to be able to move forward, getting more projects implemented, be able to set those up. We're looking at all of our processes to be able to eliminate some of the time-consuming work around timber marking and using some innovative processes to be able to do that, to be able to continue. But just the consequence of the fire suppression, the cost of wildfire suppression. I too have lived through this as it's just gradually increased year after year, and to the point today when we look at 39% fewer employees that work in our national forest system, only 49% of the foresters that we had about 12 years ago. We just lack that capacity. So it's going to take a combination of new tools, being able to implement the new authorities we have, but we need to address the cost of wildfire suppression and do it in a way so that we have a consistent level of resources that we can be able to rely on. And I worry about where the rest of the 10-year average, as it keeps increasing year after year, where is that funding going to come from?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.